down with Mike and the media.
Hey, Russ, with just over 5 minutes left, you guys scored on 9 straight possessions to kind of flip that game. What were you getting on offense down that stretch, and what was the difference?
Just getting the shot we want. Not just that, we did a good job getting stops when we needed to, stops at the right time, especially under the last 3 minutes or so. They made some tough shots, but we still got some big stops.
And then, Russ, no turnovers for you tonight. The team only had 5. You had mentioned after last game that could be a point of emphasis for you guys, but how were you able to execute that tonight?
Just make it easy reads.
Mike asked my question, so I'm good.
Russ, normally you guys get offense from the bench from Carmelo, but tonight it was from Taylor and Dwight. How big was that for you guys to have those two guys step up like that?
It was big. Dwight was big. He hadn't played in a while. Tonight, did a good job of using his size in the paint, rebounding the ball at a high level, protecting the paint. And Taylor did a good job of finishing, taking his time, which was big for us tonight.
Russ, against Minnesota, you guys stayed small, and tonight countered with Dwight. Just what's your feel for where this team is in terms of the versatility of the roster and the ability to adjust and kind of, like you always say, figure it out?
Yeah, I think it's unique. We got a unique group, and guys always say we're professionals. Dwight's been in the league some time, and we're playing small for a little bit, but tonight his number was called. And that may change next game, you never know. That's up to the coaches. But one thing I like about our group is we're ready to play. Everybody's always ready. The next man up mentality, and tonight was one of those nights.
Russ, without looking it up, I assume this 5 turnovers for the team is a season low. When you have a night like you had tonight, taking care of the ball, how do you feel that trickles down to the rest of the group?
I think it should help. Being that we had a season low 5. I don't know if that's realistic, but it shows that we want to put our mind to it, we can do it as a team.
Russ, kind of the other night, we asked you about kind of your numbers and stuff like that, and you told us that doesn't predicate how I play.
Yep.
Do you think some of the plays on the stretch tonight, a couple forced turnovers, stuff like that, is that the stuff you were talking about in that moment? And
Exactly. That's what I mean. Like, if you watch the game, and not saying that you don't, but people outside of here, that if you don't watch the full game and just look at the stat sheet, then you're not really sure on what actually happens in the game, whether it's offensive rebounds, whether it's defensive styles being in the right spot, doing things, other things that impact winning, then you wouldn't know. So that is definitely what I was talking about.
To follow up a little bit on that, we've talked to you about guys, you getting used to playing with this new team and stuff like that. But what about the other side of that street? Guys having to get used to how you play, and I guess where do you think the team is on that sort of front?
You're probably all over the place because. It just varies because my job changes every night, honestly. Sometimes I'm in a darker spot a lot of the game. Sometimes I got the ball in my hands. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I'm a screener. Sometimes I'm cutting. It's probably difficult for them to know how I am able to play in the past. So you probably have to ask a lot of those guys that. But for me personally, it's kind of varying just based on, I guess, the game itself.
Last question, Dave.
Russ, is there any rhythm or feel when the team's having a night like tonight with 5 turnovers and you have none? Where are you aware of that you're like, oh, as the game is going, you recognize that you guys have been maximizing your possessions? Is that like a feel?
Yeah, I'd rather get shot to the basket than turn the ball over. I know that you can see it as a team. We better take the shots and put it on the glass and have a chance to be able to get shots up instead of, we shot the ball 99 times. They only shot it 83. Like, we like that better than turn the ball over. So we at least take that more than anything else.